Right people, I've now been experimenting taking the slop out of the table, and what I've done, let's try and get it a bit closer. Hope it focuses, yeah, I think that's okay. Rubbers that I've taken off the sliding bars and the paper rollers on the printers, I've stuck underneath, there's another one there, on both sides. Let's see it better here. I can get it in focus. Right, there we go. As you can see, there's quite a bit of play there, but by the time I finished there won't be any at all. And there's another one up there. Right, now that's the rubbers glued in those positions, and I'm going to take the table off and show you what I'm going to do next. Alright, put you back up on the tripod. Okay, now I've just got in my screw box and got different lengths of screws, and I've adjusted them by putting a washer at the head to stop them diving down inside the rubbers. Now all I'm doing, they're glued in position, I want them to stay in that position, so I'm just nipping them up. I'm not squashing them down, just nipping them so that they will stay in that position. Well, hopefully anyway. I'll just do these two to show you, then I'll go off camera and I'll probably do the rest. Bit loose. That's better. I'll do the rest in the morning because it's now nearly 11:30 at night, and I've got Les down below. I've got neighbours the other side as well, so I'll finish this off in the morning. So good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay, right, now my original idea of using these rubbers that came off printed circuit at the printer bars, you know, because they guided the paper in and out, was a complete failure. So I scrapped the idea and I've come up with another one. It seems to be working better as well. What I did was I took some of this tube that I'm using for the rails, and right, this tubing here that I'm using for the guide rails, and I cut it, well, I don't know, a couple of inches long, inch and a half, something like that. Yeah, a couple of inches. Or as the gamekeeper said, how close is too close to a lion? Yeah, too close. So you only get near enough. Right, or close enough. Right, so I then, once I cut them 2 inches, I then cut them down the length to give me 2 halves. And they're going to become variable with pieces, so that I can expand or contract them to fit the rails. And how I do that you'll find as we go along. Right, the next thing I do is I get my drill and carefully, somewhere in the centre. And the drill you use will depend upon the screws you've got, obviously. Yeah, I'm using my screw box, so it could be any size, but generally it's this size. And I'm really surprised just how well this series of videos is going, because not only am I shooting ahead with my own CNC machine, but I'm getting a lot of comments where people have said that instructional series of videos like this are very few and far between. I find that amazing. I mean, I can't understand anybody on YouTube building something and not showing you how to do it. I mean, T-Man taught me that right from the very beginning. If you're going to be on YouTube showing people what you do, then you show them how you do it. It makes sense. So why people aren't doing it, I have no idea. It's just that I've been looking for the Arduino information, how to get Mach 3 and Arduino to talk to each other. Yeah, there's loads of people out there doing it, and you get a 10, maybe if you're lucky, 20-second video on them doing it. But you go to the channel and nothing. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Right, what's the next step? Well, it's ever so easy. We get some of my liquid weld, you know the stuff, and as you can see, I'm getting as much out as possible because I don't like waste. And what we're doing, we're putting the glue along the edge when it comes out. And usually when I try to do this on camera, it all goes everywhere, but so far so good. And then a liberal amount on the side that you're going to put away from the bar. So I've done the other two, just these two now. And what you do is you pull the bed all the way to the end, right? And I'm going to have to shift you around a bit to show you the next stage. So sorry for the judder. It's easier than sorting the... yeah, I think you can see that. Right, hold the ends like that, not the glued bits. Find where it finishes, and then about halfway, just put it up to the end. And what I'm doing, while I'm holding that in place, I'll demonstrate. What I'm doing, can you see that? Yes. Is I'm gluing it so that they're like that, right? And once the glue's gone off, then I'm putting a screw in there, which is just to hold it in place and stop it basically falling off. But it also acts as an adjuster. So if when I put all four of them on, I've still got a little bit of slop, I could screw the screws in slowly, sort of like half a turn at a time, until I've taken that slop out. So it gives me adjustment as well as a guide, so I've got an adjustable guide basically. And you don't have to hold this here that long, just long enough for the glue to start getting tacky, and then you can take your hand away and do the other one. And it doesn't matter either if you've excuse me, skew with the table a bit, putting one of these on, because you'll have enough give in everything to allow you to find the tight spots. And then all you do is just undo the screw a little bit, just to give it that little bit of flexibility. And by a little bit I mean sort of like half a turn. It isn't going to be a great deal, but we'll be doing something later on to assist all this anyway, so the reason I'm not doing it now is because it'll be a right bloody mess. So that's that one. I'm going to tilt the camera again so you can see me do the other side. So that one's in, said the actress to the bishop. And now, plastic weld. Make sure I'm on camera. That was very nearly a lump of glue firing over that side. And then we do the same on this side, about halfway. And don't worry if you get some glue on the rails, because we can sort all that out afterwards. And then what you do is, while you're holding these together, squeezing them onto the board, just put a bit of pressure that way as well, and then that will push them into the rails, so that when the glue goes off, it should be theoretically all lined up and you won't have to do much adjustment. In a moment we'll be turning the table over and you'll be able to see how I've done the other two. And then this can carry on drying off. The other beauty with this is the weight of the table is keeping it down, so it isn't going to be jumping about all over the place. And by the time the table's screwed to the carrier on the track in the middle, it'll all be nice and solid. Right, then we can lift that up, turn it over, and I'm going to just take you in. Right, now if I do that, sorry about the get in there, juddering about, still out. Thank you. That wasn't difficult, was it? Okay, so now you can see the screw going down in the centre and a lot of glue on this one side. So you keep this side basically from spreading fully when you tighten or loosen this off, and then that gives you your adjustment. Put the screws in isn't difficult, but while they're gluing off in this stage, what I do is I put hang on, I'm going to have to come out. Okay, right. I'm going to put some more liquid weld along the outside of this one. It looks like I've got every bit out. Right, that's that one done. Now we just get another one. I nearly showed the leaking company again, didn't I? As I'm not affiliated to the company, and YouTube doesn't allow advertising products, so be careful. Anyway, we've done that one. Now with my liquid weld, do the other one. I'll bring you right out for this. There you go. Why I keep on doing that to go around, I'll never know. There you go. Sorry about that. And then we do it down the outside of that one. There we go. Now what I should have done was had the screws ready to go in. By now you should be able to put the screws in without too much trouble, but problem with my screws is I've got to find them, and as you can see, that's a bit of a do, but they're in here somewhere, and I'm going to have to see what I can do about finding them, because they're all over the place in here. It would have been nice if I could have just gone, oh yes, just grab this screw here and screw it in, and no, that's no good. It's funny, these self-tappers for metalwork got the stumpy ends, so they can't screw into anything. So I have to search to find the ones that I want with the point on the end to start into the MDF. Well, if I was using a metal table, then it would be dead easy, but now there's one. Start it up with a screwdriver. That's raising up because the hole ain't big enough. There we go. That's that one. And I'm sorry that some of my videos are so long, but you know, you can skip this bit and go on to the next bit. But it's possible that you may end up losing some information that I say while I'm looking for the screws. But it works out in the end. And I'd probably repeat myself several times anyway, so it isn't like you're going to definitely lose the information. But at the same time, you know, it's a lot better to watch the whole video, because that way you know for definite you haven't missed anything. There we go. That's those two done. Now, because I've put the screws in, it means that I can that's there, that's there, and a little bit of slop there, but I can soon get rid of that. But generally speaking, because it's going to be just doing that, there isn't going to be a great deal of sideways movement. It's only going to be when the tool actually bites into the printed circuit board or whatever I'm going to be using. But you know, in general, I think I just had an idea where I might be able to take out the whole of that slop a lot easier. I'll have to give that a bit of thought, but that's given me a nice smooth movement now, and it's not binding or anything. That is just nice and smooth. Great stuff. Okay, well, I'll let you go, and we'll get the next step sorted. We'll go. We're not far away really from starting on the electronics. Not looking forward to that bit, but there you go. These things have got to be done, haven't they? Right, I'll see you later.